Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a little design team project for you for Aunty Vera's Scrap and Craft. I'm going to do a little show of the November theme papers, and then we're going to go ahead and start a tutorial. So this month the papers are from Couture Creations, and they are using the Sunburnt Country Collection. We're doing an Australiana theme this month, which is very beautiful. And it's interesting, I don't think I ever have had any papers from Couture Creations because their branding strips are like the old style Kaisercraft before they started putting the pretty ones, and they don't call them by name, they have a number. So this one is a 1A, and then this is obviously the B side. So this is like a map of Australia in beautiful black and white. This is the Proteus flower. Pardon me, I do have a cold, so I'm going to try not to speak too much in this tutorial. Pattern paper 02, this is the A side. I love this. This is gorgeous. And B is just a beautiful like watercolor blue. 03. The A side is eucalyptus leaves, a little bit of gum nuts, flowers, and some corrugated iron. Roofing, lorikeets, and some pretty honey bush. I'm really not good with my flora, my Aussie flora. It's really embarrassing. Just a green page with some, you know, Aussie slang. Good on ya, g'day mate, how's that? It's a bit like, it's truth. It's a bit out there for me. These are things I don't say. This one is gotta be one of my favorite. This is 05A, so these are rainbow lorikeets. This must be, I don't know what this is. I need to do my research and put it up. I'll do that and I'll put it up on the screen for you. On the other side, some beautiful blue floral. Another black and white page, a little bit of Australia, a little bit of birds. Not Willy Wagtail, but some other black and white bird with some egg and beautiful bark. This is the Aussie galah. No, it's not the galah. Some eucalyptus leaves and some writing here. I think this is a song. I don't recognize it. On the other side, this is another type of bark, very beautiful. 08A is this one here, the Proteus with some eucalyptus leaves with a beautiful wood panel. Very good for scrapbooking, and this is some wood planks on the back. 09 looks like this. Once again, you've got that brown kind of muddy look with all those words again. Oh, I noticed this one has, oh, I see. So I just noticed that the branding strap, the B side, has the pretty pattern. There you go. Never had a Couture Creation range before. This is the golden wattle. I like this, made in Australia here. This is lovely. Once again, that other blue floral has been turned into a green one with the white spray. And then pages 11 and 12 have your cut aparts. So 11 has the blue with all the words, and then the 12B has the cracked mud. So with this beautiful paper collection, what I did want to make was a mini album. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my mini album out of a file folder and perhaps even make like an accordion style so that you get to see both the front and the back of the papers. So if you're interested in doing that, I'll get started on that next. So the first thing I did was I had to figure out what the height of my album was going to be, and I based it off basically the images on the paper. So I found that most of the images were quite long, and that a size of about 8 inches would be just about right. So I decided to make the album 8 inches high, and I like the feel of an 8-inch album. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut down the height to 8 inches. Okay, And then I went ahead and cut the width to 8.5 inches. And that is enough to take out this tab if it's going to interfere. So I've used one where it's not going to interfere here. I've taken it off, but if you had that like in the middle, then the 8.5 will be enough just to take off that extra bit. So 8.5 inches. There you go. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come in from the right hand side and score it at 2.5 inches. So I am going to flip over this way, scoring at 2.5 inches. All right, and then another, and then over to 3, making a 1/2 inch spine. All right, so 1, 2. This should give you a 5.5 inch middle section. All right, so you've got 5.5 inches, then 1/2 inch, then 2.5 here. All right, so then I want you to flip this over and I want you to give it another 1/2 inch spine here. And we're going to burnish that as well. So we've got like this so far. And last of all, we're going to give it a cover, and the cover I'm going to make at 5 inches. So if you bring the spine up here, and cut off that excess. So in the end, you're going to have 5 inch by 8, 1/2 inch spine, 5.5 inch by 8, 1/2 inch spine, and then 2.5 inch by 8. And basically this is the start of your album. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pick my papers, and we're going to add them in right now before we continue on with the tutorial. Alright, so for the inside I have chosen to do the wattle and the bark in the middle, and the wattle, the golden wattle again on the right hand side panel. So I'm going to go ahead and stick them in. Alright, that looks really good. So for the front, I knew it had to be this one here. So what I'm going to do is make sure that the kangaroo is, like his nose doesn't get cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and align that up. And I'm going to use the other strip onto the back here for continuation. Which sort of doesn't look like it goes very well when it's open like this. But I feel like it's a good back piece, because you know the back of the albums always sit on tables that are very dirty, and so I think it will hide any dirt. Alright, so that's what it looks like so far, looking really good. Now, I did notice that, and this is why I don't, I never do this, because what happens is that when you add the hinge along with the paper, it always shifts it to the side. So do you see how there's that much sticking out? And then what it's done is that it's shifted it off the front here, which totally sucks. So what I'm going to do now is this piece of paper here, which is this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 1/2 an inch here and add that. So the base of our mini album is ready. This is what it looks like so far. Looks good. And we're going to get started on creating the accordion inside. Okay, so to make the accordion booklet on the inside, if you have a look through all the papers that are left over, there seemed to be like a pattern, and it seemed to be birdie. So it's all about birds. Bird, bird, bird here, and bird here. So I've got 5 cages of birds. So I thought we'll make a bird mini album. Maybe that's what it's going to be called. Still not sure. So because the inside here is 5.5 by 8, we're going to bring it down so it's 5 inches by 7. Alright? So what we need to do, and to make it accordion so it folds out and in, we're going to have to give it a spine. So we're going to have to cut out our pages at 5.5 inches by 7, and we're going to score at 1/2 an inch. So I'm going to get started on that now. Five panels of birds, 5.5 inches wide by 7 inches high. Now what we have to do is decide on the order that they're going to go in so that you can so that we can score them correctly and that they look good inside this booklet. So remember that there's both sides. And they're just all so beautiful. You cannot go wrong. So if that was the front, that would be the back of that. Okay, so once you've decided the order in which you want to have your booklet, start off with the bottom one, alright? So this is how my order is. I'm going to grab the first 4, flip them over. Start off with the bottom one, and then I want you to go ahead and score at 1/2 an inch from the left-hand side. So it's 5.5. I'm going to bring it up to 5 and score. Okay, I chose this one because I didn't really like the words here, so this one is going to get stuck down like this, and I quite like that bit of border around. That's enough for me. I like that border. Alright, so grab your next paper, which is going to be this one, and what we're going to do, that is going to go on here, just like that. So we're going to go ahead, grab double-sided tape, so then what you're going to do is you're going to come this way, and again you're going to score 1/2 an inch here. So that's how much you need to score. Now we're going to grab the next one, and here's where you need to make sure that your patterns look good together. So that's got to go on here, and the score is going to go on the right hand side. So do you want 2 black and whites together? Perhaps? Do you want to put it on like that so that the black and white is on the next page? I think that's probably the best thing to do. There's no right answer or a wrong answer. It's whatever you choose to do, and that's the beauty of this. I know that I want this to be my cover page, and perhaps this would look better here, like that. Okay, so once again, we're going to have to score 1/2 inch here. So put that through a 5. Score this. This is going to get taped down. So next one is this one. So that one goes there. It's going to pull open like that. Yep, that's right. So we're going to do 1/2 inch here again. So we'll line it up at 5. Half an inch. And this is going to go on this side. Alright? So, and because when I first cut it down, I didn't know which one was going to be my top and which one was going to be my bottom. Your top one is going to be not 5.5, your top one is going to be 5 inches by 7 inches, alright? So once you figure it out what your top one is, which I have now, I'm now going to cut this down to 5 inches. There is my pull-out booklet on the inside. So now that we're ready, this can all be stuck down. How cute is this? Gorgeous. All right. So what I feel like I need to do here, I feel like I need to put a tab here so that you know that you can pull it out. But the problem with that is you don't want the tab to interfere with this. So it almost has to be like one of those flat tabs. Alright, that looks good. Now the next thing that's left is I've been waiting to see what my offcuts are so that I could just complete these spine pieces. I think that this is a good color scheme to add here. So what I'm going to do is cut 1/2 inch by 8 for these two. There we go. I like that. I like that little space of blue. Looks really good. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this video here. I'll do a second part where I add a little bit more decorating, perhaps a few pockets. I do want to address these issues here where you see the direct connection in the booklet. So I might come back and do that, and also decorate the front page and add a closure. So I hope you join me for part 2.